Tony D and Little Joan, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Rust. You know the movie. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 17. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Okay. Obviously, kind of a controversial movie for reasons that are pretty obvious. Let's take a look at the credits. So Alec Baldwin stars, obviously. He's the biggest name in this. He was also a producer. He was also co-story guy, along with the screenwriter, Joel Souza, who directed it. Now, let's see if Hanya Hutchins should be on here somewhere as well. The woman who was killed, yeah, the cinematographer. So, yeah, I feel like I wouldn't don't want to give Alec Baldwin any money. Because I think he should have been punished in some way. Again, I don't think he should have went to prison. But he was a producer on the film. Now, to me, a producer is different from an executive producer. An executive producer, as we've seen in many of the trailers, they can sometimes give that credit out like candy. They give it to stars sometimes. But in this case, I think Alec was a producer, meaning that he didn't just bring in his star power. They could have easily given him an EP credit for that. The fact that he had a producer credit, to me, indicates that he was involved, at least to some degree, with the actual production. And there were problems with the crew. A bunch of them had quit. I believe it was the day before the death of the cinematographer. And they were complaining because the producers wouldn't get closer accommodations at a hotel because they got a better deal with a hotel that was, I think it was an hour away, and they didn't want to keep making the drive every day. There was a closer hotel, but they didn't want to pay for that. So, I don't know if that was a compounding factor. And I do think, the armorer went to jail. I think she should have gone to jail. She was mostly responsible. I mean, that was her job to make sure something like this, didn't happen, where Alec was given a loaded gun and then he ended up shooting the cinematographer. And I'll add too, and just to retread it, he should have never pointed it at anyone, even after he was handed it. And he didn't just shoot the cinematographer. He also shot, I believe it was an associate producer or assistant director. Maybe it was a director, I forget. Someone else got shot too, but he survived. So, I think there should have been at least a slap on the wrist. I don't think he should have went to prison. It was a terrible accident. However, he was involved in the producing. He shot the gun, and he made a big deal about, the gun just went off. I don't believe that. The FBI seemed to have proven that. He fired it. He should not have aimed it at anyone. So he should have at least gotten some sort of slap on the wrist. The reason I think he should have gotten that, because it would have opened him up to lawsuits more. Now, I believe he still can be sued. I'm sure he's being sued by some of the people on the production. And part of this, he's probably contractually obligated to finish this movie if they can. So they have finished the movie. And I don't know who wants to go see this. It's a Western. It would normally be in my wheelhouse. But there's another problem with the movie. if you set aside what happened. Alec Baldwin's not really a Western guy. I mean, he's just not. He doesn't look bad in it. I mean, he kind of looks Western-y, but he does not sound Western-y to me. Doesn't sound like he's got an accent at all. He just sounds like Alec Baldwin. He sounds like a guy from the East Coast, not a guy who's lived on the range or, is slinging a gun. Let's see. No, I don't have a right up here. The rest of the cast, they seem to be more Western-y. I believe them. Alec, I don't believe. So here's the plot of the film. A boy left to fend for himself and his younger brother following their parents' death in the 1880s. Kansas goes on the run with his long-estranged grandfather after he's sentenced to hang for the accidental killing of a local rancher. So I guess Alec Baldwin is the grandfather. Oh, Jake Busey is in it. Did not recognize him. Did not see him in that. So it's a shame what happened. But, standard Western plot will probably be something like first act, the accidental killing, the establishment of some of the characters, and then the accidental killing. Second act, Alec Baldwin somehow escapes, although he's sentenced to hang, and he leaves with his grandson. And they're on the run. Along the way, they have to fight various people. He ends up killing more people. I think in the third act, it's likely the grandfather sacrifices himself to save his grandson. That seems like the general tenor of one of these. It tends to be dark. That would be a redemption arc for the character. Maybe you find out he really did mean to kill the guy. It wasn't an accident. I don't know. But again, I feel like maybe they should have just put this one away. And it's a very dark movie, cinematography wise. I don't like dark movies. I like to be able to see stuff. See, this is a day shot. Seems to be in the day. I can't see what the hell's going on. It's a bit dim. So, and this shot, maybe in a movie theater it would be better, or with the lights off, but looks pretty dark to me. So I feel that I need to pass on this because of what happened, and I just wouldn't watch it. Normally, would I? Yeah, I think I would have approached this with. I don't think I would have paid for it, but I think I would have caught this on streaming and laughed at it because, again, I don't think Alec Baldwin, although he looks the part, he looks like a cowboy. The moment he opens his mouth, it's just Alec Baldwin. And Alec Baldwin, I don't think he's ever done a Western. I think this might be his first Western. Maybe he did one way back when. I don't think so, though. And kind of just doesn't fit. Yeah, his voice just... maybe it's me. Maybe I'm too biased against this thing, but that's how I feel. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D. and Little Joan. Check out our books on the Pineys show. The Pineys. Gotta check out the Pineys. What's coming up? Sunday, I'm going to be doing the Tom's River show at the Elks Lodge there from 10 to 4. And then later I'll be doing the live stream. Back with more videos tomorrow. We'll see you in the next one.